Good morning, Jackson, Mississippi, and all surrounding areas. You've tuned in to the free-range human show of choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, and we are live. Let me get the word right this morning on 103.9 WYAB. We're streaming worldwide at WYAB.com, and I am on Facebook again this morning with my Make Jackson Great Again t-shirt. I heard Kim say it yesterday, and it inspired me to bust a shirt out of my closet. When I first started the Save Jackson page, I decided that maybe people might want to buy a shirt. Some of you have, some of you hadn't, but I made a bunch of different shirts, long story short, and the Make Jackson Great Again was one of the shirts I made. So I took it off the marketplace, the store that I have. But after I posted a picture of it last night, everybody's like, I want that shirt. So we're going to add that shirt back to the Save Jackson store there. I'll share the link out on the Facebook page. But anyway, we are streaming live on the Facebook page at Save JXN. I went by my barber yesterday. Shout out to Jonathan Boone at California Concepts in Pearl. He hooked the brother up, got the beard trimmed up, got my sides faded up. You know, ain't nothing like a South Jackson fade, man. I remember going into Bobby's Cut Above back in the day on McDowell Road. Bobby, just take a little off the top. Everybody walked out with the same day one Marine haircut at Bobby's Cut. Bobby knew one haircut. High and tight. All the way high and tight. And I got my Bobby's Cut Above mojo going this morning. But shout out to Big Boone there. I did a video yesterday. My barber, he's been my barber the last 5-6 years or so. I met him through a buddy of mine, Bennett. And it's like, hey, man, I need somebody on this side of town that cuts my hair. My buddy Tony Yelverton out in Madison cut it forever. But I'm just never out in Madison. And it's just a long way to go to get a haircut. But shout out to Tony, too, man. He cut my hair for years and years and years. And it's weird switching barbers because it's almost you feel like you're cheating on your wife or something. Because a good barber that'll get you in when you need in and takes care of your hair, I'm sure women can relate, you know, with their hairdressers and stylists and stuff like that. A good barber's hard to replace, and I've been blessed to have back-to-back great, consistent, reliable barbers. And, you know, at the end of the day, you just got to go where is the most convenient for you. But anyway, shout out to my barber. Got me looking nice this morning. I was thinking about real quick, a little bit of house cleaning. One more thing. And I promise it's going to be the last day you'll have to hear me talk about it because the party's tomorrow. But if you're looking for something to do tomorrow night, I'm having a birthday party for myself, my buddy Daryl, Dirty D, Daryl Arnold, and Trevor Palmer. We're doing a little triple threat birthday bash out at Back Porch 471 right there in Brandon on Highway 471 across from the all-new Ellis Autoplex. You can't miss it. Chad Horton has had that place for a while. We've done a couple fundraisers out there since I've started this show. Everybody knows where Back Porch 471 is. If you don't, hit me up and I will get you directions. But 7 p.m., Charade Unplugged is going to be playing live. We're just going to be hanging out, having a good time. No cover charge. All ages welcome. Bring your kids if you need to. Don't let that be a deterrent, not being able to get a babysitter, because the children are welcome. We're going to have a good time. It should be family friendly. I can't make any promises. But no, we're going to have a good time. Hope to meet everybody out there. That's my 45th birthday party tomorrow night out at Back Porch 471. Again, no cover charge. It's just a free thing, man. Just wanted to put something together nice for everybody. Come out and have a good time and kind of get away from all the troubles of the world and get ready for the week or end the week nicely, however you want to say it. One more thing. I talked about this yesterday. My friend Chad Wesley, my brother from another mother, Chad Wesley, released a new album yesterday called Soul Rock. And I got to listen to it. I've listened to it back and forth, front and back, at least 3 times now. And that's the way it's intended to play. You start it at the beginning on track 1, the intro, and play it all the way through. And I would tell you, there's a song that jumps out at me called Drown. There's another song called Living. Anyway, Drown could possibly be one of the best songs that I've heard in the last 20 years. It is going to be the soundtrack to a million breakups and makeups over the next few years. I mean, it's got that classic, just power ballad kind of vibe to it. but it doesn't sound dated at all. It just sounds classic. Y'all are going to love it, man. Go download Chad's new album today, Soul Rock by Chad Wesley. It is absolutely phenomenal. And he'll be in concert tomorrow night, too, out there at Georgia Blue. All right, so last night I was sitting around and I got to thinking about some stuff. I was looking at my mentions, and I rarely do that because it's nothing but negativity on my Instagram posts. But every now and then I like to get in there and look at the mentions, the death threats, the chaos, just what are people saying about me? And every now and then people will tag me in posts. Those are like the only notifications I get is when somebody tags me in a post. I don't get comment notifications because it just goes crazy all the time. But somebody had decided to share a video of mine about the 10 most messed up things in Jackson, Mississippi right now. And so why is this guy always talking trash about this city? This is garbage. I just sent him a message back, and I just thanked him for sharing my video. And he says, you're garbage. And I just left it at that. But it got me to thinking. And I've brought this up before. If you followed the Save Jackson profile, Facebook for a while, something that really grinds my gears is this positive solutions only crowd. It's in the intro to my show, and I've talked about it for years. Somehow in Jackson, these Democrats have come to this conclusion that you can justify all the chaos, death, destruction, drug dealing, killing, number one in STDs, no garbage pickup, no water, all this. You can justify that by simply not talking about it. If you don't have a solution for it, don't talk about it. Well, I grew up being told that knowing you have a problem is half the problem. You have to admit you have a problem so you can fix the problem. So I just look at things and say, hey, we got a problem here. This is the problem. I may not have a hashtag positive solution only, but I do know that there's a problem, and I can point out what the problem is. We all know what the problem is. We're just not allowed to say it. We all know what the problem in Jackson, Mississippi is. But I just get to thinking, how is it worse to be the messenger? How is the guy talking about what's going on worse than the people doing it? Y'all hold me more accountable, or attempt to. Y'all attempt to hold me more accountable, or you hold me to a higher standard. Let's say that. Then you hold the people out there destroying the city from the inside out. The politicians, the drug dealers, the killers, the sexually transmitted disease carrying folks that won't go get tested that are spreading it to more and more people. The crackheads, and I know y'all hate this word. I know y'all hate it. The bums. That's right, I said it. The bums. Parked at the dang red lights, bumming people for money. I tell you what, I am not a cashless society person. I fear going to a cashless society. But if that'll take some money out of those bums' plates, out of their bowls, out of their offering plate, then I'm cool with it. I'm just going to say it now. If I don't have to get accosted at the dang red light anymore for money because everything's on plastic, that may be the one upside to going plastic. But these bums, because most of them are fake bums, they'll just get first off, they're going to have their smartphone. They've already got it. They've already got their iPhones in their pocket. Somebody said vagrants. I call them bums, vagrants, whatever. They bumming for money. So they're a bum. You're not vagranting for money. You're bumming for money. So you're a bum. But one of these innovative fools is going to get a square, the little things where you can take digital payments on your phone with your debit card. Or they'll be out there just holding up their sign with their Venmo or Cash App. Can't work today. Cash App me. Homeless veteran. Can't work. Cash App me. That's coming. Hell, it's probably already here. It's probably already here. Let's see, man. I don't always get to read the comments on the Facebook, but we got a comment here. It says, your page is pretty informative. I appreciate it. I don't even mind the agree to disagree as long as they are respectful in doing so. but you are telling the exact truth. A bum is a bum, period. And that is from Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Somebody agreed with me on Facebook. I don't get that all the time. So, to my point, though, and I didn't mean to even hone in on the bums and vagrants. What I'm talking about is just the sheer chaos. I'm the bad guy for bringing it up, and I don't mind being the bad guy. I don't mind being the bad guy at all. I'll be the villain in this role. I'll play it well. You know, somebody told me years ago, or I read somewhere years ago, you either die young enough to be remembered as a hero or you live long enough to become a villain. Well, I'm in the villain stage right now. And I do think there's a point where you circle back into becoming a hero. Because let me tell you what, man, I get a lot of messages, and I got a phone call off the air yesterday from a guy. We were talking about comedians and black comedians and how most of them have sold out with the exception of Dave Chappelle. And he says, he called off air to say, it's called, Hollywood calls it putting the dress on them. You got to put the dress on. And he's dead on right. You got to put the dress on. But this guy told me, he said, man, I just wanted to let you know, I used to hate the show. Now I love it. And I love that. You know, I like people who can stick through it and say, okay, I'm growing with this guy. I see what he's saying now. I had another guy yesterday, over the last couple of days. Our conversation started out kind of funny. He had sent me something talking about the Anthony Fox GoFundMe and how it had gotten taken down. And I was telling him about another money giving donation platform called Give, Send, Go. I said, it's conservative friendly. I just assumed this guy was a conservative because he was talking about trying to raise money for the police. And but I stereotyped. He said, bro, I'm not a conservative. I said, okay, well, we'll say police friendly then. And anyway, fast forward a little bit into that conversation. Then he tells me, man, I used to think you were full of crap. I used to think you were just bashing Jackson and bashing Hinds County for the sake of doing it. He said, but now I see, you know, I don't want to quote him here, so I'm just going to kind of just say roundabout here. He said, you've opened my eyes. This Anthony Fox thing, what happened in Hinds County, what happened in Judge Wooten's courtroom, you opened my eyes that you're not making this stuff up. You're not just bashing Jackson. And I was like, man, another winning somebody else over. I had a black buddy of mine on Instagram not too long ago, last week, 2 weeks ago, a guy that you'd have never confused as a Republican. You know, like he kind of fits the profile of like what you would say a Jackson drug dealer. I'm just going to be honest about it. Like if you had to stereotype, my buddy looks like a Jackson drug dealer, acts like one sometimes too. But he sent me a message. He said, Clay, I just want you to know, after watching your videos and listening to the show and following the podcast and all this stuff, and I was blown away. I didn't know he was doing this stuff. He said, I've been studying what you're doing. That's scary. But he said, I want you to know that I am now a Trump supporter. I am now a Republican. I almost fell down because we always say, if I can change just one, if I can save just one person from this chaos, then I'm doing the right thing. You know, we always say, if we can save just one kid from abortion, if we can save just one person from poverty, I felt like that was my just one. It was amazing. It was a great feeling because if I'm getting through to this guy, how many other people am I getting through to? We were at the McLean's breakfast the other day, and y'all know I joke around about this TikTok stuff. But we were at the McLean breakfast the other day, and a fellow walked up to me and said, hey, man, I just want to thank you for doing the stuff on social media you do and trying to talk to these younger generation, posting on TikTok and places like that and Instagram, because my son heard one of your stuff, and he now listens to your show every day, and he's getting a dose of reality. And man, that just made me feel great because look, I can sit here and go and live in an echo chamber and talk to angry 40-year-old white folks all day about taxes or conservatives, not just white folks, but conservatives all day. But that's just an echo chamber. We're not changing anybody's mind. We're not doing anything. But when I've got the younger generation, 20-year-olds listening, and we're able to help mold young minds, Not like the way the Democrat groomers do, but, actually mold young minds to be good, responsible adults. And I've got black Democrats reaching out saying I'm now a Trump supporter. I think we've done that. All right, look, man, we're going to take our first break. Then we're going to open the phone lines up. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show on 103.9. All right, welcome back into the Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by Acme Pizza and Daiquiris, located right out there at Fannin Mart on the reservoir. They open daily at 4 p.m. Look, man, obviously they got pizza and daiquiris. We know that, but did you know they also have a deep-fried pizza? I haven't tried it yet. It looks amazing. This weekend may just be the weekend that I try deep-fried pizza. They got pasta. They have sliders. As far as the pizza go, of course, you can just build your own custom pizza. They have up to 12. They have 12 different specialty pizzas, including the pig, and the barbecue, which are phenomenal, awesome pizzas. And say you want to try some of the specialty pizzas, but you don't want to commit to a whole large pizza in case, maybe you don't like it, whatever. Maybe you're just in the mood for something different. They have a wheel of flavor, and you can get up to 3 of the specialty pizzas put on one pizza. It's called the wheel of flavor. Try that. Let me know what you think about it. A buddy of mine, Lee, texted me the other day. He said, man, we went by Acme, and I have to say this. It was the best pizza I've ever had. He said the wheel of flavor was absolutely awesome, and that's a true story. He actually called and told me that before they came on here as an advertiser. I'm just going back and remembering that conversation. But check them out. You can get your food delivered, of course. They're on all the major food delivery platforms. And go see them. My good buddy Chip Matthews is out there at Acme Pizza and Daiquiris. You can go find them on Facebook, Acme Pizza and Daiquiris. They got frozen daiquiris. It looks like New Orleans in there. You go in there and you got pizza and daiquiris. I don't know if there's another. Well, I guess there is a place in downtown Jackson that does it too. But I was always surprised the pizza and daiquiri movement never made its way to Jackson. So glad it's here. Get out there, support Acme Pizza. Let them know you heard it on the Clay Edwards Show. Heck, let me know if you're going. I might just meet you there. All right, man, we got a call on the Mac Hike of Flowood phone line. Hey, caller, you're on there. Hey, caller. I guess we don't have a caller. All right. Somebody brought something to my attention. Nathan called in during the break and reminded me about a post that I put on Facebook yesterday. It's actually just a post I shared by Mr. Jeff Good. And this actually doesn't have anything to do with water or Jackson for that matter. Let me try to pull it up here. It's about your trucks being stolen or broken into. All right, I'm going to read this post by Jeff Good. One of the things we learn in the restaurant business is to multitask, obviously. I have been consumed by the latest City of Jackson water crisis, but that has not stopped my concern regarding truck break-ins around highly populated retail center parking lots. A handful of crafty thieves have figured out that trucks, particularly Ford F-150s are target rich. And if they break into them, a gun, a wallet, a briefcase, or in some cases, the actual keys to the truck can be found in the center console or side door pockets. To end this, I proposed a public service announcement billboard campaign to my friend Melissa Skaggs at Lamar Advertising Company. We collaborated, and here is the end result. 2 eye-popping billboards you will see on your drive home today. Something to remind everyone to not leave valuables in their vehicles. As I like to say, working together works. If each of us try to do something for the greater good, imagine what a community we would live in. Now back to the water situation. And the billboards, it's one huge billboard with an F-150 on it up top that says, "Don't leave your fob, you might get robbed." The one up under it is a picture of a center console in a truck that says, "Don't attract a criminal by keeping valuables inside." Now, again, I like Jeff Good. I don't ever want to come across like I'm talking bad about Jeff Good or anything. He is way more successful than I have been in my life. Hopefully, I will one day be as successful as Jeff Good. So what I'm about to say is not a knock at Jeff Good at all. It's a knock at Jackson, Mississippi. The fact that business owners are having to warn customers with billboards to not leave valuables in their cars when they come shopping in Jackson or eating or dining or whatever. Want them not to leave valuables in their car. And look, frankly, if you're leaving your fob in your car, I know I used to do that when I had a Ford, because Fords have those buttons, right? The keypad where you can put the code in. So a lot of people will just leave their keys in their car. That's just not a good idea. That's not a good idea in Jackson, Madison, Pearl, Brandon, Byram. Well, of course, Byram. That's just South Jackson. But anywhere. Don't do it. But anyway, I just got a kick out of the fact that we're having to warn people that drive F-150s in particular because they've figured out a cheat code to get in them. And F-250s also. It's not just F-150s. So it's the F-series of Ford vehicles. Don't do it. Just don't leave your valuables. You're allowed to take your gun into places. And if you're not, put it in your wife's purse and let her take it in for you. Anyway, let's see here, man. A couple guns and gear text this morning. Kristen says, lazy butts that don't want to work like normal people. There are plenty of jobs out there. That's just no excuse. Talking about the bums. Somebody tried to tell me that Bobby from Bobby's Cut Above was still cutting hair, and I have to break it to him that Mr. Bobby passed away a couple of years ago. Let's see here. Josh texts in and says, cottonmouth snakes in your center console will help prevent future break-ins. There's a survival tip. I can get with that. But somebody's going to have to put it in after I get out of the vehicle. Like I'm going to have a snake handler trail me in a chase vehicle and put it in when I get out because I'm not touching a snake. Not touching a snake. My inner punk comes out when snakes get around. I'm like, no. Squeal like a pig when a snake comes around. Casey texts in and says, you're killing it this morning with 2 fire emojis. Thank you, Casey. I try. Let's see here, man. What else do we have on the Guns and Gear text line? It says, the Big Lebowski calls them vagrants. Well, yeah, I stand corrected then, don't I? Big Lebowski calls them vagrants, and they're vagrants. They're bums, too. Who are we kidding? Oh, man. Good show this morning, man. I'm having fun with you guys. If y'all want to call in, the Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line, 601-879-0002. I had a couple drop calls, so would love to hear what you guys have to say. The Guns and Gear text line is 769-241-1944. And I'm getting a bunch of texts while the other guys are on the air during their shows, and by all means, keep them coming. I love them. But at some point this weekend, I am going to try to set us up one number that we can use for everybody. Because I know that you guys like to text. We all like to text. And try to get everybody involved there. The problem with the current text line is it's associated with my personal Gmail address. Because it's done through Google Voice. And I can't get my email password out to everybody. Even people I trust, you just don't want to, you want to have plausible deniability. Just a lot of personal information there. But so we're going to have to set up another Gmail address and set up a text line. So let's see here. Speaking of the Guns and Gear text line, somebody sent a picture of a help wanted sign that says now hiring people that show up. Look, man, if people, these bums were as excited about going to work as they are punching in the clock to go stand on the corner, especially right over there by St. Dominic's on that little stretch of Lakeland and County Line. But who was affected the most by the fall of the County Line retail district? The bums up there. All that good traffic. All them good folks that now go to Renaissance and Dogwood and all them other places. All them folks that don't come through there no more. They ain't getting accosted by the bums at the red lights. And I want to make it clear, when I'm talking about these bums, I'm not talking about, down on their luck homeless folks. I'm talking about bums, scam artists, meth heads that are out there punching the clock on the corner. What a few of us ought to do I mean, since the ACLU has already gone to court on their behalf, who's to say we ain't bums? We ought to go take one of them corners back. Just make a weekend out of it. A good Saturday. Go out there and just fight them for the I don't mean physically fight them. I mean, if you have to, you have to. But just go out there and just hijack one of those corners. Like about 10 of us. And just take it from them. Debo that corner from them. And we can raise some money and donate it to Anthony Fox or somebody. All right, man. I think we got Nathan here on the Guns and Gear. On the Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, brother, you on there?
Hey, buddy. Sorry to call you back. I was listening to your story about the bums back when I was cutting grass and still in law enforcement. I told my brother I was going to come out there and see, what the hype's all about with them out there all the time. And I went down there by, Twin Peaks at that red light, and I made $200 an hour.
You did?
Yeah, so, people giving me change. I parked my truck with all the lawn stuff in Twin Peaks parking lot and walked over there to the red light with some old dirty, grass shorts and T-shirt on. And, just had me a sign that said something about broke, need help, or whatever. No joke, I'm broke is what mine said. And just kind of hunkered my head down like I said, and they were giving money out, buddy.
Well, if I didn't think I would get shot, I would.
Oh yeah, I definitely had my pistol in my back pocket.
Well, you need more than your pistol because your pistol don't make you bulletproof.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I figured you'd get a kick out of that this morning, brother.
Yeah, I like that, brother. Look, stay safe out there. Tell your little girl I said hello.
All right, man. Be safe.
All right, brother. You too. All right, man. Let's take a break real quick. You're listening to The Clay Edwards Show. We'll be right back on 103.9 WYAB. Breaking rules when necessary. Welcome back into The Clay Edwards Show. This segment is going to be brought to you by our other great restaurant sponsor. That is Raymond Farmers Market. Get out there tonight. It's Catfish Night out there in Raymond. Will and Holly McLeod run this place, man. Them and their family. The kids are out there working with them. It's just a great family atmosphere. The food is phenomenal. The catfish comes from Simmons Farms right out there in Yazoo. It is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Also, tomorrow night, Saturday night, it's steak night. They got the 3-pound tomahawk. It's big enough to feed 3 people. It comes out on a butcher block. Because there ain't a plate big enough for this thing. So the butcher block is the plate. And hey, you're thinking to yourself, Clay, that's a little more than I want to handle. It sounds great. I'm sure it looks awesome. But what if I like a filet? They got you. They got you. They got the 10-ounce filet. They also have a smaller ribeye, 16-ounce ribeye. So get out there, check out Raymond Farmers Market. And hey, maybe you're thinking, what if I want to cook my own 3-pound tomahawk ribeye, Clay? You can do that too. You can buy it. They got a butcher out there. You can buy the steak from them, take it home, and cook it yourself. I may just do that here soon. But hey, also, be sure to mention that you heard it on WYAB or the Clay Edwards Show, some version of that. And they're going to give you free dessert with your order. That's right, free dessert, just for saying you heard it on the Clay Edwards Show. So check out RaymondFarmersMarket.com or check them out online at Raymond Farmers Market. All right, we've got a call here on the Mac Hike of Flowwood phone line. Hey, good morning, caller. You're on there.
Hey, Clay, this Rob. How you doing?
Hey, Rob. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I got a story about them F-150 trucks.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what's going on in the 2000s, but man, I remember back in the day. I know these guys don't listen to your show, but back in
I bet they don't either.
Not these guys, but back in the days, man, I remember vaguely these boys used to always get these F-150s with all the guns, ammo. I'm trying everything inside. They would take everything out they wanted, tell us about it, sell it, they'll sell a truck to people for about $800. And you get all the stuff. I said, man, y'all got 2 days to get rid of these trucks. Like that in 2 days, y'all on your own. So we kept on, like, something ain't right about this. You know what I'm saying? You can give somebody a truck they can ride around for 2 days. But anyway, make a long story short, when one of the guys let the cat out the bag about what was going on, guess what it was?
What was it?
Them guys in Rankin County, they was doing insurance jobs on this. The one dude got a hold of this guy, and he turned them on to everybody else that wanted to get rid of their truck. Because, you know, brothers, they ain't going to too much get their trucks up for no insurance. They love their trucks too much. They be getting their trucks up for an insurance job. They'll take them and burn them up, and they let the cat out the bag. Man, with this white guy from Rankin County, man, he had gave me the truck because he wanted to get rid of it. He wanted to do an insurance job on it. But I remember back in the day, they used to do that. But I don't know that's what's going on now.
No,
you know, could be.
Well, I think it's a little different now because this is actually break-ins that are happening in parking lots. And I remember at Twin Peaks they had a video of somebody stealing a buddy of mine's F-250. So there's like something to do with those transmitters. You can get in those trucks real easy. But I know what you're talking about on the insurance scams. That was a big thing back in the 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah, that's what it was back in the 90s. Yep.
Yeah, that was a big. That ain't no lie. That's a true story right there.
Yep. Hey, but man, you had said something. I'm gonna let you go. You had said something. I had been thinking about it trying to think about that police name for a long time, man.
Brian McCurley.
Mr. Man, that cat right there was the truth, boy.
Yeah, he didn't play.
We was talking about it last Sunday, and we were like, man, where them guys that used to harass us back in the day? Curly, Preston, Shirley, Victor Mason, them guys right there, them type of guys right there, they gone, man.
Man, I tell you, we need more guys like that. There's some good guys out there, but, you know.
They ain't built like them, Coleman, they ain't built like Gladney, they ain't built like them. When they came with them Rocks, man, you already know what time it was. And then once they got to know you, they knew who you was. They'll give you some hack, but they wouldn't just give you. Curly name, my brother, 2X, and then name stuck with him. That name still with him today because he wear a bandana. And he thought about some Malcolm X stuff, and Curly just started calling him 2X. And everybody started calling my brother 2X. And Miss Curly gave him that name. But I just wanted to share that with you. I think that's what I don't know what's going on now, but you kind of right about that chip deal. But I remember back in the 90s, that was a big old thing back then. Cause I knew some of my friends that was in on that stuff.
Hey, Rob, thank you so much for calling in this morning, man. That was one of the best phone calls we've ever had, bro. I love going down memory lane, brother. Anytime you want to call in, don't be afraid to.
I be calling in. Sometimes I don't say my name, but sometimes I do. But anyway, thank you, man.
All right, brother. Have a blessed day.
All right.
Oh, man, I love hearing Brian McCurley stories. Let's take one more call here on the Mac Hike and Flowwood phone line. Hey, you're on there?
Hey, Clint, how you doing this morning?
Hey, Chris, how are you, brother?
I'm doing fine. Well, yeah, my thing is, I mean, they've been warning people down the door around Christmas time about having violence to the car, but you would think being in resident in Hines County or the Tri-County area, you kind of knew better there anyway.
Well, I agree. I agree. If you're going to go to a high crime area, travel light.
Well, I mean, it don't have to be high crime area. I mean, because like I say, I used to have an apartment up there on up there on Old Cat Road, and I had my stores on Kid in. So,
yep.
So listen, no, but yeah, but no, I mean, it just you don't want to do that. Period. No matter when it's time of the year. And he going down memory lane. You call them jump out boys. Back in the days, we called them the Bravo Task Force, kick-ass task force. Now in my neighborhood, because that's all they did.
Oh, ain't no doubt. And I just got a text.
I mean, you take out money, they'll chase you down, and they'll turn around your ribs.
Yeah, I just got another text from one of our cops on the Guns and Gear text line that says you can't police like that anymore either. And he's right. I was going to say that to Rob before he hung up. You ain't allowed to police like they did back in the day either, man. So a lot has changed.
Everybody got all these technology, man. Technology, cell phones got cameras, and they post you to the right of some reels and taking some buying money. You know, they give you a choice: go to jail or go home. What you mean? You give up the money and go home, or you keep the money and go to jail.
I'm gonna tell you what, I'd be
to jail and go home.
Man, I'd be the dirtiest cop in the game if I was a cop. I'd be robbing everybody.
Hey, I'm telling you,
I'd be kicking in so many dope man's doors. I'd have it all.
I see them all
tax free.
I seen them. My son needs some new drawers. How much money you got in your pocket?
All right, hey Chris, I'm gonna go to this other caller, brother. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
You too, thanks.
All right, let's take one more call for this last break. Hey, caller, you're on there.
What's going on, man? This is Don. I want to give a brief, little help on the F-150. It's not necessarily the transmitter, although they do have devices that can pick up the RFID signal. But on the newer Chevrolets and the F-150s, there's a horizontal locking system where you can break into it with using a penny or a butter knife or any type of flat object. It's actually a design flaw that they're supposed to uphold, but they're not taken just with fixing the locking system. So if you take it back to the dealership, they may, look at you like you're speaking Spanish or Chinese, but they are responsible to a degree for fixing the horizontal locking system. So if you have your F-150s and you have the keypad on the side of the door, don't trust that. You shouldn't leave an extra key in your car, no way, no weapons or whatever. But the reason why everybody's getting into it within 5 seconds or 2 seconds is that horizontal locking system on the driver's side door.
Hey, bro, that's good information there. Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Have a blessed weekend. Hey, man, I learned something new today, and I'd actually just got a text from somebody, too, on the Guns and Gear text line, sort of explaining that same thing there. So good stuff there, man. Definitely don't Sean texted in, says, I was about to tell you the same thing Donnell just said. So, look, let's take our last break of the day, come down and land this plane for the week. What a great show today's been, man. You guys rock. Best callers in the game. All right, we'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show. Necessary. We're going to make Jackson great again. That's how Kim Wade for mayor. Kim is going to make Jackson great again. I texted him yesterday and I said, Kim, if you run for mayor, if you win, I want to be your minister of truth. And I think Kingfish needs to be the press secretary. We're going to shake things up a little bit. Could you imagine Kingfish running those press conferences? Oh, that would be worth the price of admission alone. Look, man, let's close the show today with Derek here on the Mac Hike of Flowood phone line. Derek, brother, take us home.
Yeah, and Clay, when he does, I'm going to be the equivalent of Steve Bannon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, when Kim wins, I want to be his Steve Bannon.
I think you're the man for the job if anybody is.
Well, hey, Clay, I just wanted to, not to take too much time, I just wanted to say real quick, I just wanted to tell the listening audience what I just told my son on his way to his first day of college. Remember, in everything in life, take the Lord along with you everywhere you go. Have a good one, Clay.
Hey, you too, brother. I hope you see you tomorrow night for my birthday.
What time?
7:00.
Okay, I'll be there.
All right, brother. Peace. Good stuff there. Hey, look, man, let's close like this. Great show today. Great shows this week. Thank y'all so much. I couldn't do it without the calls and texts. So I really do appreciate what you guys bring to the table. Y'all are as important of a part of this as I am. So much love, much respect to you guys. If you're out car shopping this weekend, go see my friends at Mac Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram there in Flowood. Check out that all-new Jeep Wagoneer. If you're thinking about a Tahoe or an Expedition, or heck, even a Range Rover, Land Rover type vehicle, go see this Wagoneer first. It may change your mind. Shop them online at MacHikeCDJRF.com. Hey, you're out gun or ammo shopping this weekend. Go see our good friends in Gluckstadt there at Guns and Gear. Hunter Sarton and his team, they've got it all. And they're also the home of No Limit Ammo. That's right, No Limit Ammo. You can shop them online at gunsandgearms.com. All right, coming up next is Jim Thorne, followed by Mike Madison, Dana, then Jameson Haygood, then Kim Wade will close out the week here on 103.9. Tomorrow night, come hang out with your boy. Me, Daryl Arnold, Dirty D, and Trevor Palmer throwing a little triple threat birthday bash out at Back Porch 471 in Brandon. It's right there across from Ellis Autoplex down there at the end of 471 by Lakeland Drive 25. Can't miss it. We're starting at 7 p.m., no cover charge. We'd love to just shake hands, see everybody, get some pictures for folks, and make some good memories. Let's go have some fun this weekend. Stay safe out there. I'll be back Monday with another week of shows here on 103.9 WYAB. The podcast will be available here shortly. Go download the new Chad Wesley album, Soul Rock. I'll see y'all Monday.
Thanks for listening. Tune in next week as the Clay Edwards Show discusses all that is going on in and around the city of Jackson.
This concludes our broadcast day.
Right here on 103.9 WYAB.